So let's talk about social media. And I imagine that of everything I've said, this probably throws up the most barriers, because you hear a lot about Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, but as a contractor, it's really hard to see how this applies. How can I possibly use this to get more business? And I start just to explain this by asking, what's your primary source of business right now? And when I was talking with Steve, word of mouth and referral business. Existing customers. And I'd imagine that's probably the case for most of you. If I ask 10 contractors, 9 of them tell me that. So social media really is an opportunity for you to get more repeat and referral business. Get more out of those existing relationships. Because your customers, whether you realize it or not, are engaged, a large percentage of them, in social media at some level, whether they're on Facebook or on Twitter. And by having an active social media presence, you're going to be able to connect with those customers on a deeper level and get easier access to their sphere of influence. The average Facebook user has 110 friends online. So if you have a Facebook profile and you have a strategy that gets your customer that just had a good experience with you to like you on Facebook, well, now you've got their attention and the ability to continue to communicate with them on social media, but you also have the attention of their sphere of 110 different friends that are online. So by virtue of them liking you on Facebook, all of their friends will see, okay, hey, I just liked this plumbing or heating contractor. And if they liked you, it's probably because they think you're a good contractor, they're recommending you, and all of their friends will see that. So if you have a proactive strategy that gets your existing customers involved with you in social media, it's going to result in more repeat and referral-based business. So where can you start with social media? You talked about LinkedIn. These are the online profiles I think that every contracting business should have. You want to have a Facebook business page. You want to have a Twitter account, a LinkedIn profile for yourself as well as the business. You want to have a YouTube channel, just with maybe even just some basic video of you explaining who you are, what you do, what makes you different. Video converts extremely well. Google Plus is the new Google social media profile. It hasn't had a ton of traction just yet, but you can get ahead of the competition by setting up a Google Plus profile. If you're already in profile setup mode, you might as well just knock these guys out. And you should have a blog on your website, a place where you're putting content that's interesting both to the outside world and to your existing customers. So how can you get your clients into your social media profile? The best way to do this is if you have some type of existing email database of your existing customers. Some of you do, some of you don't. If you do, I definitely suggest sending out an email once your social media profiles are up that says, hey, we're actively involved now in Facebook and Twitter, and give them some type of incentive to like you on Facebook. Because then you can get a base of followers and fans that are your real legitimate customers that know you and like you and trust you. Give them incentive, maybe a discount off their next purchase. Give them something for free that is low cost to you. Maybe it's free to you anyways, but it has a perceived value to them. Because this is advertising that's going to result in an increase in your most important criteria, which is your existing customers and your past client base. From there, you need to post valuable content on an ongoing basis to these profiles. Because it's one thing to have a Facebook page with 20 or 30 or 50 or 75 of your existing customers on there, but if you're not putting out information on a consistent basis, it really doesn't do a lot for you. So I say you need to be posting at least on a weekly basis. For our clients, we post on a daily basis, but it's not sales. It's not, here's a percentage discount off your next service. It's giving them information. And sometimes it's silly. It's a picture of one of your guys out in the field. It's a picture of one of your trucks. It's a tip on the difference between, copper and PVC piping, etc. But you want to be putting information out on a consistent basis on these social profiles because it's going to help you remain top of mind with your existing customers.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the video that you just saw and hope you got a lot of value out of it. If you'd like to see more videos like that and get more tips and strategies, go to plumberseo.net/free. There you actually find an implementation guide that we developed. It's 55 pages, and it takes you step by step through how to implement these ideas and tactics in your business. how to claim your map listing, how to optimize it so that you show up when someone types in, plumber or HVAC plus your city, how you can leverage social media, and how you can optimize your website. So go to plumberseo.net/free, and we'll send that guide out to you completely free of charge.